Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. Topping our news tonight, an investigation underway in Nokomis following the discovery of possible human remains. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office sent forensic technicians to a lot on Ravenna Street North in Nokomis. Detectives were alerted to the possibility of human remains there thanks to a tip. Forensics excavated the evidence and determined that they appear to be from a human. The investigation to determine the cause of death and identification of that evidence is ongoing, but at this time the Sheriff's Office says all parties are accounted for and that there is currently no threat to the public. The wife of rocker and Allman Brothers Band co-founder Donna Betts is once again in trouble with local law enforcement. Donna Betts was arrested Wednesday after violating her probation. Court documents indicating toxicology data showed Betts either used alcohol or illegal drugs last month during that probation. In October, Betts was charged with aggravated assault after taunting a group of teens and adults from the Sarasota Crew rowing team with a rifle. Authorities say she pointed the firearm and threatened to shoot the rowers if they came onto her property. She was sentenced to 30 days in jail, which she has served. And according to the Sheriff's Office website, Betts is currently being held in the county jail without bond, with a hearing that has been set for January 12th. Well, by this time tomorrow, most of downtown Sarasota will be blocked off for the city's annual pineapple drop. Sarasota police are expecting more than 25,000 people to come out on Sunday night, and they say they are not taking any chances with security. ABC 7's Erica Jackson joins us live from downtown to share why Sarasota PD is taking these extra precautions on New Year's Eve. Erica?
Good evening, Adam. The final preps are underway right now here in downtown Sarasota. Almost all staff members with Sarasota PD will be working tomorrow night, including all patrol officers. For those attending tomorrow, police suggest remaining vigilant the entire time you're out here. And if you see something that looks out of the ordinary, find an officer in uniform and say something.
The crowd is all just gathered right here in the middle of town. It's pretty exciting.
Tom Pocaroba and his wife moved to the Suncoast from New York 18 years ago. He calls the scene at downtown Sarasota's annual pineapple drop a mini New York City on New Year's Eve.
New York is great, but it's too cold this time of year, so this is the next best place to be.
The extremely cold temperatures are not expected to deter the nearly 1 million people expected to fill Times Square Sunday night. Local police are only expecting about 25,000 people in downtown Sarasota, but says every sworn officer with SPD will be on patrol downtown.
The officers here are trained, we're ready, we're prepared, we have a great ops plan prepared, and we want everybody to come out and have a great time.
Recent terror attacks in New York City and Las Vegas are still fresh in the minds of these officers. Captain Lori Jarris says the department took those events into account when creating its security plan for this New Year's Eve.
We are going to be using our big barricades again. We also use public works trucks at different intersections, so people should feel very safe being on the streets that are blocked off. There's going to be totally barricaded. Nobody's getting through there in a vehicle.
Sarasota police will have officers in and out of uniform and believe they are taking extra steps preparing for the worst case scenario.
We can't predict what's going to happen, but I can assure you we are trying to think of everything that we can do as a police department to keep everybody safe.
Police recommend leaving valuables at home or concealing them inside your car, like the Griffiths family will, as they get ready for Sarasota's annual tradition.
Make sure you know where your belongings are, keep them in a safe place, stay where it's lit and where people are. Don't travel by yourself in the dark.
Police also ask that you think ahead if you plan on drinking tomorrow night. Police say in recent years in the city of Sarasota, at least one person has died in a car crash every year. So have a designated driver, have a Lyft or an Uber, or in the worst case scenario, you can call AAA's free tow-to-go service. Call the number on your screen. That is 855-2TOW-2GO. Reporting live in downtown Sarasota, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
And of course, remember to have a good time. Thank you very much, Erica. We appreciate it. Well, several roads that are closed this weekend for the thousands coming out to celebrate will include Central Avenue from 1st Street to Main Street, Pineapple Avenue from 1st Street to Main Street, First Street from Central Avenue to Pineapple Avenue, Lemon Avenue from First Street to State Street, and Orange Avenue from Main Street to Central Avenue. The whole fruit basket basically closed downtown. Well, right now you are taking a live look at the work being done in Times Square ahead of tomorrow night's celebration up there in New York City. The cold weather not expected to deter that estimated 1 million people very committed to partying to end 2017. Now, security there also expected to be extremely tight, according to the New York Police Department. Not only are they putting up barricades along 22 city blocks, they will also be screening hotel guests, restaurant goers, and deploying bomb-sniffing dogs. There will also be a network of over 10,000 cameras and police officers in the streets and the airs patrolling the area. Well, back here at home, no cold weather. Actually, a beautiful Saturday here. A good day to toss a football on a beach with a kid. Let's head over to Wendy Ross for a check on that weather. Wendy.
It was the perfect day for that. It was absolutely gorgeous today, and we are looking at beautiful conditions right now. So if you're heading out the door in the next couple of hours, I would only recommend that you take a sweater, especially if you are from our area. You know it's going to be a little on the chilly side for Floridians, but otherwise we're not looking at any rain. We've got clear sky conditions across our viewing area. It's really a very lovely night tonight. So we are looking at very good conditions for the present time and for the next couple of hours as well. Temperatures only are in the low 60s right now. A little bit of cloud cover over some areas, but for the most part we're looking at fair skies. 62 degrees and mostly cloudy at the airport, 55 degrees dew point, and those winds are calm right now. They're coming in out of the northwest, and we're going to continue to see those winds coming in out of the northwest over the next several hours. And you'll notice also over the next couple of hours that they start to shift around and come in more out of the north and then the northeast throughout the evening time period. We're going to continue to, though, see those temperatures dropping, but it's all doable. It's going to be a little cooler tonight, maybe running about 2 to 3 degrees colder than normal. So for the overnight time period, we're looking at a 50-degree reading. Otherwise, if you're out and about for the next couple of hours, just a sweater will do. Adam?
All right, thank you, Wendy. Well, local Congressman Vern Buchanan is condemning a proposal tonight aimed at weakening oil safety rules. That push by the Bureau of Safety and Environmental Enforcement proposes to amend the current regulations, in their words, to reduce unnecessary burdens on the businesses that own them. Those regulations were adopted after the Deepwater Horizon tragedy in 2010 that killed 11 people and led to one of the worst oil spills and environmental disasters in U.S. history. Buchanan releasing these words in a statement today: "Have we forgotten the Deepwater Horizon catastrophe so soon? It would be a huge mistake to weaken these safety regulations and risk not only lives but catastrophic consequences to our environment." A California man is under arrest tonight for allegedly making a prank call that led to an innocent man being shot to death by police. The incident, known as swatting because it leads to the SWAT team being called, is what happened in Wichita, Kansas late this week. ABC's Mark Remillard gives us a listen to the chilling 911 call and the new details emerging about the suspect.
25-year-old Tyler Barris in custody, accused of placing a fake 911 call.
They were arguing and I shot him in the head and he's not breathing.
In a labored voice, the prankster could be heard telling 911 he shot his father and was holding his family hostage.
The suspect advised he poured gasoline all over the house and he was thinking about lighting it.
But when officers arrived, a man identified by his family as Andrew Finch appeared at the screen door.
Walk this way!
With body cameras rolling, officers instructed the 28-year-old to raise his hands and walk toward them. At first they say he complied, but then moved his hands to his waist. An officer then opening fire.
He feared that the male had just pulled a weapon from his waistband.
Finch's family watched in horror.
My granddaughter, who witnessed the shooting and had to step over her dying uncle's body.
Wichita police confirming Finch was unarmed and did not make that fateful call. The man accused of placing it, Tyler Barris, no stranger to law enforcement. He called in a bomb threat to ABC station KABC-TV in 2015, which led to an evacuation of the Los Angeles station. Barris received a 2-year sentence and was released earlier this year, according to the FBI, who assisted local authorities in locating him yesterday. Mark Remillard, ABC News, New York.
7 New Year's Eve revelers to face a potentially serious health hazard. A look at the dangerous cold weather sweeping the nation. Plus, a solar power project in the state gets underway in 2018.
Listen to this important message. If you owe money to the IRS, you will want to hear this. The IRS is cracking down on those who owe back taxes. They send out devastating letters, garnish paychecks, and even put liens on your home or business. You may have heard of it. It's called enforced compliance. Penalties and interest compound daily on your back taxes, putting you under a mountain of debt. Tax 10,000 has years of experience connecting people with tax resolution specialists who will negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Working through the IRS Fresh Start program, they will handle all the necessary forms and can negotiate a tax settlement with the IRS. It's that simple. And if you qualify, you may end up saving thousands of dollars, finally ending your financial stress. Now is the time for a fresh start. Now is the time to call Tax 10,000. 800-699-3188. That's 800-699-3188. Call now.
Attention blood thinner users. If your loved one took Xarelto or Pradaxa and suffered serious internal bleeding, call right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation. The widely prescribed blood thinners Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to a number of dangerous side effects, including internal bleeding, gastrointestinal bleeding, kidney bleeding, stroke, brain hemorrhaging, and even death. If you or a loved one suffered any of these injuries after taking Xarelto or Pradaxa, call right now. You may be owed significant compensation from the manufacturer. Thousands of blood thinner users may have been exposed to serious risk by these dangerous medications. If you or a loved one took Xarelto or Pradaxa and suffered serious internal bleeding, call right now. Call Nightline Legal to speak with an experienced attorney for a free consultation. If we don't win, there is no fee. There are time deadlines to file a claim, so don't wait. Call right now.
Call 1-800-554-3987. Again, that's 1-800-554-3987.
Monday at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Webb.
And I'm Ray Collins. On the first day of the new year, we'll look back at some of the biggest stories of 2017.
We're going to count down some of the top stories that kept you all talking right here on the Suncoast. That's Monday morning on Good Morning Suncoast. John?
And for the first forecast of the new year, we'll be looking at some cooler air arriving on the Suncoast. We'll talk about just how cold it'll get.
Monday at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you. Monday at 5 on ABC7, your Suncoast News.
A Florida family gives the gift of hearing to another child after a devastating loss.
Monday at 5 on ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. Our state's capital will be starting the new year with a new focus on solar power. Officials up in Tallahassee say over $33 million were spent on a 20-megawatt solar farm. And on Monday, that farm will be connected to Tallahassee's energy grid. The solar farm is the size of 92 football fields. Officials say it will produce up to 2% of the city's total power supply, or enough power to light up 3,400 homes. Well, now to that bitter blast dominating parts of the country. The mercury dipping into negative territory, forcing people to stay indoors in what could be the coldest New Year's Eve in half a century. ABC's Brian Clark tells us how some are coping and what we can expect at the biggest celebration this year.
It's expected to be the coldest New Year's Eve in decades for much of the lower 48. Times Square, where they were testing the ball drop, temperatures in the teens expected. The real feel, -5. The cold weather causing delays at area airports, but no match for this couple from South Africa.
So the first few days was quite adaptive, but well, it's snowing, so we're enjoying it.
Erie, Pennsylvania, already digging out from 5.5 feet of snow, a lake effect warning. Some forecasters predicting another 18 inches. The snow blamed for causing this roof to collapse at a roofing company. Fortunately, no one was inside. Niagara Falls frozen over, a winter wonderland. The Windy City buried. The Chicago River turned into chunks of ice. Members of the Salvation Army concerned for the homeless.
This is
dangerous cold. This is cold where people's lives could be at stake. And so we're checking up on them. We want to make sure that they are getting the resources they need to be safe.
Further west, multiple slide-offs and wrecks along I-90 in Billings, Montana. The heavy snowfall and whiteout driving conditions to blame.
Sometimes we see a lot of people who lose fingers and toes from hypothermia.
Officials are concerned holiday revelers will ignore the dangers of the deep freeze. They're urging people to stay indoors. Brian Clark, ABC News, New York.
Well, can you imagine driving your car and all of a sudden a giant lizard comes flying out of nowhere and crashes into your windshield? Well, that's exactly what happened to one photojournalist down in Miami. The journalist, Daniel Palma, had been heading home from work when that iguana fell out of a tree and smashed up the windshield. It decided to hang out on the minivan for a little bit, scratching it up as it crawled along the roof. Palma eventually using a broom to get it off of her car. Luckily, neither Palma nor that iguana was hurt. That's a classic Florida story for you.
Oh, and it's happening a lot along the East Coast. I'll tell you what, we hear about those things. They're big.
Too often, I
Oh,
think,
my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Well, I have to say that people who have plans to get out tonight are going to have a great night. And even tomorrow is going to be a very good night, too.
Yeah, beautiful.
It's not going to be quite as cold as other parts of the country.
Obviously.
So thank goodness, because the cold front is coming, but we've got one more day of enjoyment. So we're looking at the New Year's Eve forecast is going to be dry, and we are also going to be seeing mostly sunny conditions tomorrow. So that is going to be a very nice end of the year, but the big chill is on the way. As advertised, it's going to be coming, but right now we don't have to worry about anything. Things are very nice at this hour, and we are looking at mostly fair skies along our region. We've had a couple of clouds move on through. It is affecting some places, but it is not producing any rain. So you're either getting fair skies or partly cloudy skies, but we've got cold weather on the way and rain is on the way. The good news is you've got one last enjoyment of the weekend and not have to worry about any of this cold weather. But here it is. This is the line that is holding back that cold weather, and this low pressure system right here is the reason that we're going to see any rain coming on in beginning Sunday night and into Monday morning. So what we're looking at is that low pressure comes on in, and we'll have brief heavy rains that come on through before 1 o'clock on Monday. But notice that all day Sunday, it's going to be absolutely beautiful across central and south Florida. The rains will start to come in during the overnight time period, and then on Monday, they're going to be affecting our viewing area throughout most of the day. On Monday, beginning at around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, we're going to start to see a little bit of clearing, and then we get more rain coming back into the forecast during the afternoon hours. It's going to be mostly a cloudy day on Monday. All the really, really cold weather is bottled up over the northern part of the country, but it's eventually going to be making its way down across the southeast. We're going to see really cold temperatures across the panhandle, and our temperatures also are going to be quite chilly on Monday night, dropping down into the 40s. But for tonight and for tomorrow night, we'll see our temperatures right around the 50s. So that's what we're looking at over the next 24 to 48 hour period. Right now, we've got temperatures in the 60s across our region. Notice that the cooler weather starts coming through over the overnight time period, dropping down into the 40s on Sunday morning, and then we're going to start to see over the next couple of days, we'll see those temperatures back around 70 degrees for daytime highs on Sunday. So that's the way things are shaping up, and then on Monday it starts to get colder as that cold front comes on through. So today we had a high of 69 degrees, 50 was the overnight low, running again about 2 to 5 degrees colder than normal depending on where you happen to be, and that will be the rule for tonight as well. 62 degrees for us right now. Winds are calm, dew point is low, and if you're heading off to the beach, we're looking at those winds coming in out of the east and then shifting around 2 to 3 feet. So tonight, clear and cold, temperature right around 50 degrees. Normally we're 52, so we are seeing it slightly colder than normal, and then tomorrow mostly sunny with a high of about 69 degrees, and then we start to see the changes coming up in our forecast over the next couple of days. So for the pineapple drop on Sunday night, We're going to see about a 20% chance of rain. Temperatures are going to get down into the 50s, so that's doable for Sunday night. And then on Monday, that's going to be the big day with our chances of rain at 70%. We'll see the rains pick back up during the evening hours into the morning hours on Tuesday, and then we're looking at a 50% chance of rain on Tuesday. And those cold temperatures stay with us all week long. Adam?
Now, sports.
College football bowl season rolling on today with some close games. Let's start with Louisville and Mississippi State up in Jacksonville with the Tax Slayer Bowl. Both teams entering this game with 4 regular season losses. Former Heisman Lamar Jackson dazzling for the Cardinals. That's a 13-yard touchdown scamper right there. And then before the half, Jackson again calling his own number. Splits 2 defenders right there, and it's off to the races for the junior quarterback. And we get all the way to the 11-yard line. It leads to another Louisville touchdown and a 21-17 lead at the half. But the Bulldogs able to respond with freshman quarterback Kadion Thompson, who rushed for 147 yards and 3 touchdowns in his first ever start. Mississippi State wins this game 31-27, but Lamar Jackson becomes the 3rd player in FBS history to throw and rush for 50 touchdowns. He joins Colin Kaepernick and Tim Tebow. Another shootout today in the Liberty Bowl between Iowa State and American Athletic Conference runner-up Memphis. Opening drive for the Cyclones. That's Hakeem Butler who snags a 52-yard touchdown and the lead. Third quarter, Iowa State still in front 14-10. Memphis's Riley Ferguson, though, hits Phil Mayhew, and watch Mayhew after the catch here. Sidesteps 2 defenders, and he gives the Tigers a 3-point lead. Third quarter, Kempt fakes a jet sweep, throws off his back foot. It is tipped and caught by Alan Lazard in the back of the end zone. Cyclones hang on and win 21-20. Memphis finishes the season 10-3. Well, in her first competitive match since giving birth to a daughter back in September and winning the 2017 Australian Open while pregnant in January, 23-time Grand Slam winner Serena Williams lost in a match tiebreak 10-5 Saturday in Abu Dhabi. Williams lost the first set against French Open champ Yelena Ostapenko 6-2, but she won the second set 6-3. After the match, she admitted her daughter was on her mind throughout the match.
In the middle of the match, I looked over and I was like, is Olympia okay? Because usually I'm always with her. So I don't know how I'm going to be able to manage that, but maybe I'll just always look over in the middle of a Grand Slam and be like, is Olympia okay?
36-year-old Williams is currently ranked 22nd in the world. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Joan London with A Place for Mom. Over the years, we've helped thousands of families find senior care, and today's senior living communities have never been better. With amazing amenities like movie theaters, exercise rooms and swimming pools, public cafes, bars and bistros, even pet care services. And nobody understands your options like the advisors at A Place for Mom. These are local expert advisors that will partner with you to find the perfect place and determine the right level of care, whether that's just a helping hand or full-time memory care. Best of all, it's a free service. Call today. A Place for Mom. You know your family, we know senior living. Together, we'll make the right choice.
Call A Place for Mom right now to get our free ebook on financing senior care, as well as a free referral for senior living communities in your area. Call 1-800-290-0352. That's 1-800-290-0352.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Watch ABC 7 wherever you are, on our live stream, on mysuncoast.com, on the ABC 7 My Suncoast app, powered by the Eye Associates, providing sight for life, featuring traffic maps and live radar, dining with recipes, and My Suncoast Restaurant Guide. Visit mysuncoast.com. Click on the Apps tab to download the ABC 7 My Suncoast app for Apple and Android. Monday on ABC 7 News at 7.
Today we inaugurated President Donald Trump. President Trump has fired the director of the FBI. We are talking about the NFL players taking a knee. 58 Americans died this week in the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history. We went through all 258 trapezoids from the year and picked our favorites. Did yours make the cut? I'm Alan Cohn. Join us for the best of the trapezoids.
Monday on ABC 7 News at 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you. WWSB ABC 7 is an equal opportunity employer, and we're looking for qualified people to join our dynamic team. For a list of current openings and to apply online, visit www.mysuncoast.com/contact/employment. If you're a motivated team player and you want a rewarding career in a fun, fast-paced working environment, WWSB ABC 7 could be the perfect fit for you. Check out our list of openings now.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7, weekdays starting at 5.
A Real Housewives star in the New York City show is apologizing and says she is headed for rehab. LuAnn de Lesseps was arrested in Palm Beach, Florida in the early morning hours of Christmas Eve. She is charged with battery of an officer, resisting arrest, and disorderly intoxication. On social media, de Lesseps says she was, quote, truly embarrassed, going on to say that she will voluntarily be checking into an alcohol treatment center. Well, Mother Nature providing an unusual but beautiful sight. Take a look at this soap bubble freezing in low temperatures. You can watch as that ice just covers that bubble, creating that beautiful kind of snowflakey climbing effect before just completely encasing it.
That's delightful.
It is.
Look how
Rather
pretty
soothing.
that is.
To end your newscast.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.